Alrighty, today we're talking about Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. On this particular day, I made a little bit over $18,000, all traded live, just like every single trade that I've taken for the last 4.5 years has been traded live in a Discord call in front of people. Wins, losses, break evens. Every day I was right and every day I was totally wrong about everything. Everything has been in the call. If you're interested about that, join the Discord down in the description. You could also find a link straight to live trading down in the description. It's very, very limited. But every single time I post one of these recaps, I open up exactly one spot for you guys. So first come, first serve. If you want it, it's there. That's the last time I'll mention it in this video. Without further ado, we're going to break down this day and this trade and this 4 pillars setup. First and foremost, we need to mark our high time frame levels. So if you don't know how I mark high time frame levels, go onto my YouTube channel, click playlists. There's even a little courses tab right now. I put it in a courses tab. It's a new feature on YouTube where you could click into that and see every single video in order. I teach the entire way I trade for free on YouTube. Everything, literally everything for free on YouTube. So if you want to learn, go there. So we had nothing really on the monthly except all-time high levels, which really basically nothing on the monthly. On the weekly chart, again, we're going to be talking about yesterday. I'm recording this a day late because I've been focused moving into a new apartment. I got a nice little penthouse here in Denver, Colorado, and I'm moving in tomorrow. So the recap for tomorrow will probably be a little bit late too, but I will be posting it. I think it's important to do these recaps because you guys find a lot of value out of them. So we had the weekly new week opening gap, of course, and actually it's this one right here, the new week opening gap on the weekly chart. Okay, every single week we mark this from the prior week's close to the new week's open. We also had the weekly fair value gap right here with the levels inside of the weekly fair value gap right here. So those are as follows. And then we had the levels inside of this weekly wick and the levels inside of this weekly wick. These were the weekly levels that we had yesterday, which is the day that I am talking about, or the day that we're going to be talking about is going to be this day right here. So going into this day, we didn't really have much on the daily. All we had was the daily new day opening gap. All the other daily levels are overlapped by a higher time frame weekly. So those are things that we don't use, okay? My philosophy for marking high time frame levels, again, as you know if you've gone through the boot camp, is highest time frame down. If a higher time frame overlaps a lower time frame, then I do not give any credit whatsoever to that lower time frame level. Oh my gosh, they are out of mangoes. I really need mangoes. Right. Can we see if we can replace this? Because I need fucking mangoes for my mango salad later. This motherfucker on Instacart says that they're out of mangoes. This is a tragedy. Anyways, I thought that this day was going to run into these lows down here. The reason being is pretty simple. Not that I really care about a daily buys, but look at what happened. We ran these old highs at all-time highs. Price tried to push up, and this is an important part right here. It held the first level underneath the highs. Even if there was no levels here, it tried to push into above the range of these highs, and it didn't. That means that this is more likely to actually be a liquidity sweep. If that's the case, then and this is failing to push up there, what does that mean? That means you're going to go to the lows. So I was expecting this day to run into those lows, first and foremost. This was all the levels that I had. Going into pre-market, what we do every single time before the market opens is we look at the easiest equal highs and easiest equal lows. This is the format for the 4 pillars setup. Here, before the market opened, we swept the lows. Keep that in mind because that becomes important later on. And the easiest equal highs were 950. So let's drop down to a lower time frame here. And let's just go up for a minute. Make this go long, drop down to a lower time frame, and analyze the session that I traded. Because the trade that I took was pretty simple and pretty quick. So, before the market opened, we had this liquidity sweep. Okay, so this could be potentially step 1 in the 4 pillars. Now we need a high time frame level. So look at what happens. Price runs up off of market open. This candle right here is market open. We had the 30-second opening range, which we're marking every single day nowadays. Okay, the 30-second opening range was very big. This is the first important thing here. The 30-second opening range was very, very big. Oftentimes, this means that the initial movements of the market are going to be incredibly, incredibly aggressive. And look at what happens. Right off the rip, the next candle comes down and just taps into the top of it and runs into the old highs. The fact that we didn't go deep into the CME opening range is quite an aggressive sign that the market's probably going to continue. And look at what we do. We regain, we sweep this 950, we regain the level up here. So this is important. All of this is one sweep, okay? This whole range higher is one sweep of liquidity. This entire range up is one sweep of liquidity on a higher time frame. So remember, we're running those 15-minute highs. This entire run higher is one sweep of liquidity. Even though we create two highs, it's all form and it's all part of one big liquidity sweep. So when we create the high here and price falls and it just holds above the weekly and most importantly holds above the highs that we swept, this is incredibly bullish, and it also sets in motion a PDR because we're holding off the weekly to here. So that sets in motion a to B, right? This sets in motion a PDR from here to here. So now we have our PDR range that we're expecting price to go. Very internally, for the moment, we are bullish up into 29.65.25. We have our high time frame level. We have our liquidity sweep. All we need is an internal confirmation. We have a full 4-pillar setup to go long. Okay, and my internal confirmation here was a little bit tricky, but we pierced down. We held the very first thing that was possible to hold, or let me not say possible, but we held the very first thing that I, recognized as a level underneath the weekly and the highs that we swept. And then I watched this intra candle, and as we pushed back up through the 950.75 lows, we did it in a very smooth manner. And so it was smooth enough to where I placed my limit order back on 950.75, put a stop loss underneath here. My trade looked a little something like this. I got filled a little bit higher. And I ended up trailing out underneath the candle low up here for about 6R. And that was my position today. That was the 4-pillar setup. Well, not today. Well, on May 19th. And yeah, that was a trade. Hopefully this helps somebody. A very quick little breakdown here, but an informative nonetheless. This was an interesting way for the 4 pillars to show up because the internal confirmation in the high time frame level was quite far away from the liquidity sweep. But regardless, that is a way that it can show up. And this was the way that it showed up today. This is how it shows up on most aggressive days, on most aggressive market opens. And again, if you want to watch any of this live, join live trading in the description. I open up one spot every single time I do a recap. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You're going to have to wait, motherfucker. Yeah, every trade for the last 4.5 years has been traded live, and all my education is free on YouTube. So hopefully this helps somebody. If it did, I don't know, fucking like or comment or some shit. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to say on YouTube. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. From the fucking pit house, motherfucker.